Mr. Lawson, can you move that monitor up a little bit so it gets your head? You could, it's okay. No, just grab the whole monitor and angle it up a little bit. A little more, a little more. Good. Thank you. Perfect. Appreciate it. Let me know, Ms. Davis, when you are situated.
Thank you, Judge. I am ready.
All right. This is 23 SC 188455, State versus Ronald Lawson. Mr. Lawson is here in court with Ms. Rios. Ms. Davis is representing the state. And Mr. Lawson, it sounds like you're ready to enter a plea in your case. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Davis will put you under oath and then ask you some questions. You need to answer those truthfully and let me know if you have any questions of your own, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. When you're ready.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in this matter before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Please state your true, correct, and legal name for the record.
Ronald Lawson, Jr.
Are you at this time under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Is there any medication that you normally take that you have not taken today?
No, ma'am.
How old are you and how far have you gone in school?
49, 10th grade,
And what school did you attend?
Washington, Booker T. Washington High.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are charged with the following offenses in Indictment 23 SC 188455, one count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, reckless conduct, and expired or no license on person?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to these charges? And if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had enough time to speak with your lawyer, Attorney Rios, about all the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charges in this indictment, including any potential defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need more time to discuss this case with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with her services?
Yes, ma'am.
Attorney Rios, do you waive formal reading of this indictment and any and all defects therein for the purposes of this plea?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson, do you remember having been arrested on these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, the state is unaware of any outstanding warrants related to this matter. Attorney Rios, are you aware of any outstanding warrants related to this case?
No.
Mr. Lawson, has your attorney advised you the minimum and maximum sentence for each charge to which you're pleading today?
Yes, ma'am.
Possession of a firearm is a 5-year consecutive sentence, and reckless conduct and expired license are misdemeanor offenses, which is the maximum of 12 months.
So possession of a firearm by a convicted felon it's either 1 to 5 or 1 to 10.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1 to 5.
I know it's sort of shift. It's first, so just 1 to 5. Okay.
Do you understand that you're entering a blind plea, also known as a non-negotiated plea? The state will still recommend a sentence to the court.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that a court can impose any sentence authorized by law, including a higher sentence than recommended by the state, up to the maximum sentence on each charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction as well as other jurisdictions, including federal courts?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, a guilty plea conviction will affect your immigration status and will result in deportation, just like a conviction at trial would, and that is true regardless of any advice by your attorney or anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, if you use, receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or use a firearm in a crime, you'll be guilty of a felony, which may carry a sentence from 1 to 15 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction at trial?
Yes, ma'am.
For example, your guilty plea may affect the right to vote, to hold public office, to serve on a jury, to obtain a passport, to receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or the ability to obtain employment.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering a plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up the following rights: the right to a trial by jury,
Yes, ma'am.
the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself,
Yes, ma'am.
the right to confront witnesses against you,
Yes, ma'am.
the right to the assistance of counsel hired by you or to court-appointed counsel if you cannot afford an attorney at a trial of your case,
Understand.
the right to the presumption of innocence,
Understand.
the right to testify on your own behalf and present other evidence,
Understand.
the right to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence,
Understand.
the right to have the charges against you proved beyond a reasonable doubt,
Yes, ma'am.
the right to appeal if convicted of these charges after a trial,
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you may have only a limited right to appeal this guilty plea conviction?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you may have only 4 years from today for the felony charge and 12 months from today for a misdemeanor charge to file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of this guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead to the charges in Indictment 23 SC 188455 for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, reckless conduct, and expired or no license on person?
Good.
Has anyone forced you, threatened you, or promised you anything to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, ma'am.
Is it your decision to waive these rights and enter a guilty plea because you're in fact guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with the full knowledge of the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, we believe the facts would bear out at trial that on May the 10th, 2023, at about 1:44 in the morning at 608 14th Street in Atlanta, Georgia, in Fulton County, that the defendant, Mr. Lawson, was operating a vehicle, a silver Lincoln sedan. He drove to the gas station, and there was a liquid leaking underneath the vehicle, which drew the attention of some construction workers. And basically, they reported to an officer that Mr. Lawson had struck one of the poles in the area. And then when the officers encountered Mr. Lawson, they were able to observe a firearm, I believe, in his waistband. And Mr. Lawson is a convicted felon who is prohibited from carrying firearms. He also was operating a vehicle without a valid license. Mr. Lawson was convicted on September 13th, 2011 in Fulton County for the purchase, possession, or distribution of marijuana.
The indictment charges him with discharging the gun. I didn't hear you talk about that. Count 2, the reckless conduct, is endangering people by consciously disregarding the risk that shooting his gun while driving his car would endanger people. So not that he shot at someone, but I don't know if he was shooting in the air or target practice or what.
They identified his Smith Wesson firearm as distributed. I guess it had 7 live rounds, and they removed from his pocket. They also noticed that there was a rear window that was shattered, where they believed it was a exit point of him shooting the weapon.
So, okay.
They basically are saying that he shot the weapon from his vehicle. And he struck a fixed object while shooting his weapon.
Okay. All right.
So he basically shot the weapon and ran into a light pole on 14th Street.
Okay.
10th Street, actually. It does indicate that Mr. Lawson said that someone was shooting at him and he returned fire.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Mr. Howard, I have it's not a recidivist notice, but the repeat offender notice. So I know that there are 5 prior felonies. I'm interested in what you've got, if anything, since this arrest. So May 10th of 23 was when this case happened. Do you have any criminal history information after that?
Let me look, because I had already did my notes, and I got the 5 felony convictions too. Hold on. What's his last name? Lawson.
Ronald Lawson.
No, because the last arrest I got is May 10th, 2023.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you. Ms. Rios?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. What's the recommendation?
My recommendation was 5 years to serve 1 year, balance on probation, get a GED or obtain employment, and for him to enter a treatment program, which I believe he's been accepted.
He hasn't.
Sorry, wrong person.
Yeah, that's
program. Okay. Well, it
Phil
was,
Johnson.
I'm sorry. It was 5 years to serve 1 GED or employment and 40 hours community service.
Okay. Got it. Ms. Rios?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lawson's 49 years old. He has 3 children. Ages 6, 9, and 12. He had a 31-year-old son who passed away. He's currently working for People Ready. I sent you a copy of his work schedule. I know it was kind of hard to see because it was in a picture, and that's what he sent me, but he currently is working there, and I think another temp service too, doing construction and warehouse work. He also volunteers at Lovely Organizing Services. I did send a letter showing that he does volunteer there. His fiance is here in support of him. I'm asking that he be sentenced to 5, serve 42 days. He did 42 days in custody. This incident occurred like 2 years ago, I believe, at this point, and he hasn't had anything since. Don't believe he's not on probation or parole or anything. So we just ask that you sentence him to the 42 days so he's allowed to continue to work and care for his young children.
All right, let's talk about that. This hearing was for Mr. Ronald Lawson, a 49-year-old father of 3, entering a guilty plea to a bundle of charges stemming from an early morning encounter in May 2023 possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, reckless conduct, and driving without a valid license. Now, while the charges may not sound like the most dramatic on the surface, the facts and the courtroom dialogue told a much deeper story. This wasn't just about a unit, it was about what happens when past convictions, present decisions, and future hopes all meet at 1:44 a.m. on 10th Street in Atlanta. Let's start with the facts. Officers were tipped off when construction workers noticed a silver Lincoln leaking fluid at a gas station. According to the report, Mr. Lawson had struck a pole, and officers arriving on scene observed a firearm on him. He was a convicted felon at the time, already making that a problem. Add to that, the rear window of his vehicle was shattered. The gun reportedly had 7 live rounds, and there was evidence that it had been discharged from within the vehicle. Lawson claimed he returned fire after someone shot at him, so this wasn't a case of brandishing or simple possession, but of actively firing a weapon while driving. That added up to the reckless conduct charge. The expired license? Honestly, just the cherry on top. The court walked Lawson through every legal right and consequence with care standard but critical. And Mr. Lawson? He responded respectfully, clearly, and consistently. No evasions, no theatrics. Just a man standing in court ready to accept responsibility. Defense attorney Ms. Rios painted a fuller picture. Lawson's a working man. He's been picking up construction and warehouse shifts through a temp agency called People Ready, volunteering at a local nonprofit, and caring for 3 young kids. He even lost his 31-year-old son, something that clearly stuck with the judge. She asked for credit for the 42 days Lawson had already served and pushed for probation so he could get back to supporting his family. The state, represented by Ms. Davis, didn't ask for the book to be thrown, but they weren't minimizing the seriousness either. Their recommendation, 5 years, serve 1, with the rest on probation. Conditions included getting a GED or maintaining employment and completing 40 hours of community service. A reasonable ask, considering Lawson's 5 prior felonies and the nature of this offense. The state also noted no new arrests since this one, which helped. What really stood out was the courtroom tone. It was patient, even warm in places. The judge, Ms. Davis, and Ms. Rios all approached this not as a moment to punish, but as a moment to make something clear. This is a fork in the road, mister. Lawson has kids, a fiance, and a steady, if humble, work situation. But he's also got a past handguns, and felony records don't mix. The court didn't go overboard, but it didn't look away either. No fireworks, no shouting, just a steady, thoughtful handling of a man's serious missteps and his chance to redirect. Whether that 42 days served becomes his full penalty or the court leans closer to the state's recommended year, that was still pending. But the tone was optimistic. Realistic, but optimistic. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.